Wi-Fi together, baby. Here we go again. You ready? I was like, hold on, what?
Who are these niggas?
What's up, man? What's up? What's up? Sorry for the slow start. StreamYard said, Mr. Six Pass, Mr. Negro, we want our money. Shout out to CGA, man. But anyway, listen. I've been hearing CGA talk about how men are the new women. And at first, I didn't really believe him. And you know what? As time goes on, I'm seeing more and more how a lot of you Negroes out there, y'all act like hoes and you don't realize it. You know what I mean? And this is the problem. When you lean too much into the subjective, you lean too much. Listen, I tell her how it is. You tell her how it might be. You understand? Yeah, I'm quoting a Puff rhyme. I'm provocative. What? Listen, I think that's new sash. New sash. It's not loud enough.
New size.
Don't, ignore it. Anyway, he spoke about how men are the new women, and we're going to get into this in this episode. So, this is another, how can I say? Another example of why you cannot promote weak men. Because you got to realize, no matter if you agree with some shit or not, or if you think someone's right or not, right? If you hear them, if you're around them, if you can see them, they are influencing you. And we get to a point where more and more weak men are influencing the masses. You gotta realize that, the population is down. It's down. Make sure we're on the right mic. Pause. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get these levels right. You know what I mean? Get the show going and whatnot. So I'm gonna get into some young people that I don't really know shit about. Keep it a stack with you. So we're gonna learn together. But the subject is mostly about what's healthy and what's not healthy for a heterosexual male. And also another reason why I'm going to say that men are the new women, especially shout out to CGA, is because what we're going to see is a young man using deflection to deflect away from what his actual issues are. And also to the point where other men are getting caught up in this subject in terms of, for the most part, trying to get women to taste their own medicine in terms of how I feel, right? So I'm going to play the clip. I'm going to build on it. I don't think I had that much to really say. I don't think I had much. But before we get to this joint, listen, we don't just jump into these things. We go ahead and take our time, man. Man, yeah. Go on the blank, man. I done run my shit by Dookie. What's in the Space Jam? I done run my shit by Dookie. What's in the Space Jam? Yeah. I met you, go give him scholarships out. Smoking the cook of the Oscar, the garage, a bad one. Glued to my side, 500 million, make a small little rapprochement. Ride like a dungeon dragon. License to carry, nigga, pants and sagging. Watch me back, met the bitch with the wagon. Cave and chest like Ben Laden. Let your man be your man when it calls me the rich. Buff shit, been even call when arrested. Let that know you got the money I sent you. I cuss ass out on fucking potential. Move by faith, right where I need to be. Worry about shit, I don't need you to believe me. Baby in my lap like DDG. She get ahead of herself, she get a DDT. Got motions, that's true. Straight in the shade of building, don't bear fruit. Pay my money, he's worth you know bit that it got proof. Last one standing, last one y'all wanna feel my emotions. I don't feel my emotions, I kill my emotions. I feel I got motion. The bags around me feel like an ocean. Who lyrics she quoting? With the box's head, it feel like he's broken. Feel my emotions. I know what I need, I'm not in the moment. I told my bro I got one life to live, one match to 6 wives and thousands in case she was from Virginia, but she moved to Jersey. Plotting on me, she the new surgeon. Covered in gold like the old Xerxes, but I'm done with mercy. Bitch, have mercy, never dawned on me. You want me to lose? Make more sense, baby, do what you do. One last thing, go fuck yourself. No step that exceeds not accumulate wealth. Every rich nigga done been broke before. I'm toast losses, got smoked before. Like a D-boy down so dope no more. But I bet that shit coast to coast no more. I smack you up, I get it in with you niggas, yeah. Get it in with you niggas. Got motions, that's true. Straight in the shade of building, don't bear fruit. Pay my money is worth you know, baby, that it got proof. Last one standing, last one y'all don't kill my emotion. When I feel my emotion, still got motion. I move in slow motion. Bags around me feel like an ocean. I'm lyrics she quoting. The box is headed, feel like he's broken. I feel my emotions. I know what I need, I'm not in the moment. Think I'm the way in. John the Blank, man. You know my shit, but I do keep my motherfuckers switching to Space Jam. But I do keep it switching to Space Jam. What you feel? Cash flow like I'm from Harlem. Cash flow like I'm from Harlem. Had to put the whole back on minimum wage. Too many YNs got feminine ways. It's why your song get minimum plays. Your bitch told me you been on my plate. Broke niggas saying shit that I hate. My bro gets the world be fucked. It takes how you broke. Wanna be the 1%. Pay bad dudes, I ain't humble niggas. A death match like Bumble nigga. Move this word could rumble nigga. Young OG, same OG. On your timeline trying to stay low key. Had to admit now you don't know me. Matter of fact, you ain't got no me. Wish I had the 6 pounds since I was young nigga. Neil Green, my color, I know I'm the one nigga I be. I wish I believed in sooner things happen for a reason. I like this future. I told you my baby another Solana. Cause my baby I'm covering the honor. Function not this Copacabana. Next stage tell little mama you 30 days so I dropped on you. You act like I had to drop on you. First I should've called the cops on you. Let my Muslim boy make a line on you. The formula make the whole loyal. Saudi Arabians pay me in oil and sacrifice just to tickle your pussy. Remain the prize. You know you mad to put me. Side orders with the wild order. Baby a man that came to oil. Me and Lil Mama got matching pajamas. Gucci pajamas. We in the cabana. Bust down young Tatiana. Cause my baby I'm covering the honor. Don't argue with me. Argue with your mama. You mad at me. She mad at your father. Dogs get bad with the L9. I feel like Usher pop his collar. Oh, cash flow like I'm from Harlem. Cash flow like I'm from Harlem. Yo, roll ain't lonely, web mistakes for the Adderall stations. Get dipped with 6 bitches. Couldn't find out you like you a bitch, nigga. That's switched on you so I can get with you. Shit gon' go how it's supposed to go. Got 3 slow buns for the poker nose. Turn Andrew Dust into holy smokes. Changed again if you know you know. You was always biggest hater. I know people ugly ways can make us so cold. Got a bad bitch, that's amazing to know. With the crowd, got the ways to go. Can't stop down out without you. Wrote me a song, I ain't thinking about you. Tell the truth, I was smoking too much. Delusional hoes be holding too much. Leave Lil Mama got matching pajamas. Gucci pajamas with in the cabana. Bust down young Tatiana. Balls and lemon color design. I mean my same baby daddy can never. Heaviest punch still light as feather. Got me a back, my pal was back. I'm starting to throw and I'm proud of that. Don Cherry, super Don Cherry. Filet me on how I like the Perry. Short on time, I'm making them sherry. Rick Ross verse, something to cherish. Fucking goofy and I stand on that. Fucking soft land, I don't need to land on that. Nah, like I'm from Harlem. Cash flow like I'm from Harlem. Cash flow like I'm from Harlem. Yeah. 500 pounds. Call me up now. Bitch, I'm around. I'm in your town. Got multiple styles. I figure shit out. 500 pounds. 500 pounds. Call me up now. Bitch, I'm around. I'm in your town. Got multiple styles. I figure shit out. I'm covered in gold. 500 pounds. You don't got the heart to talk to stand out. Even mama still mad, I'm not a man now. Wolves in the hood, I tell them stand down. Bitch ass nigga looking for a handout. All pink, every day's my cousin camp style. This my season, summer slam style. Look some type of way, but I'm for nothing. It's up for these hoes, ain't nothing. Discussion gon' close me, nigga. Feel better be busted, be bad in the crib. All them cousins be holding me down. They ain't holding no weather, man. Cairo smoking on the death for nothing. Same shit as future with the digital dial. Make the bad hoes worry about standing out. I want you to tell me how good I sound. I don't bet my nigga Vince just hit me with a pound. 500 pounds. Call me up now. Bitch, I'm around. I'm in your town. I'm multiple styles. Figure shit out. Covered in gold. 500 pounds. Yeah, man. Salute, man. How y'all doing out there, man? How y'all doing, man? So things we gotta speak about, man. Let me see how much coffee I got before I get into this cook, bro. So what I'm gonna be speaking to y'all about is, again, I've been hearing CGA make this point about how men are the new women, and I think to a certain degree we gotta sometimes phrase things in a way that gets your attention, that gets the people motivated. Gotta be a little provocative, and it gotta get the mind to thinking. It gotta get the mind to working. And my mind has been working. I want to tell you about what my mind been working on, and I've been realizing more and more I'm living in a vacuum. I'm living in a vacuum. I realize I'm not okay. I'm living in a vacuum where I keep thinking that so many of you are operating on normal timing. That so many of you are operating in righteousness where you understand and accept reality for what it is. You accept the human behavior. Shout out to CJ. I'm always shouting out CJ. But he said something that was very profound to me. He said, the reason why I can read people very well is because I accept human behavior, meaning that he accepts the person for who they are. So when I say that, right, I want you to understand, when I say that as a leader, as a man, I look at life in totality. I look at things in terms of the whole picture and understand there's trade-offs, there's going to be bad, there's going to be good. You cannot have bad without good, okay? But we try to bring it all within reason by way of civilization. I think to a certain degree, this is where we're being over civilized and not realizing that, okay, we're civilized enough and we're getting to a point where we're trying to correct too many different things. So I'm gonna share this clip real quick. Now again, I don't know these kids because I'm an old nigga now. I just turned 38. Okay, it's big homie status. My young girl gotta call me Big Daddy. You young nigga call me Big Homie. I got so much information to be your uncle. Your uncle could be anybody. Nah, nigga, Six Pack Dice. Nigga, your uncle don't got a YouTube channel, nigga. Okay, your uncle not like listen, whether or not niggas be clicking my videos or not, you see the impressions and you know who I am. You see my logo before, okay? Big guy and big guy and a handsome coat. Big guy and a handsome. You know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna rap. Because I'm real. Hey. Some of you niggas ain't real. Check the coffee. There's a little more coffee left in there. Okay, so no disrespect to the dumper. I know what I couldn't even get into some videos, right? I'll be realizing I'm not going to be able to get into the topic because off rip, it's not about even disagreeing. It's just certain shit I'm not going to tolerate. I'm going to give y'all my Matrix analogy. I think we're just going to really bring this to a different perspective, and also going to keep going with the metaphor of men are the new women. All right, and I want to get into the other themes of you niggas is trying to rep. A lot of this fake support, I think, is niggas trying to red pill rage for you. Okay. And let's get into this clip real quick. All right, so, okay, well, okay, thanks StreamYard. Nice knowing I'm paying you for the big bucks for the right reasons. All right, let's check this out. So, this young man's name is, oh, great, Christ, okay. One moment, y'all.
Just got on Vlad TV and said he was getting, sexist.
I want to say the guy's name correctly. So I believe his name is Saeed. Said, well, yeah. So it's spelled like Said, but his name is Saeed. So these are the two young ladies that so-called attacked him. So the headline reads: Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer banned from Twitch after S.A.ing Silky's assistant Saeed on the stream. Okay. So this is the scene in question. So what we gotta understand is that we're at a pivotal point. You gotta understand, as men, I get the politics of it. I get the angle that you're trying to come at it from, but it's not healthy for female to male relationships because we're at a time where we're not making enough people and people are not coming together. So you're already seeing women all over the net talk about how men do not approach them. Even attractive women, even back a few years ago, 60 Goddess was talking about how, basically, yeah, like she doesn't really get approached in person. And half of it is it has become socially unacceptable to approach women. And also black women are the least approachable. Also, even the whole dance of even sending choosing signals, not every dude knows how to receive a choosing signal. Not every woman even knows how to give them. So we're at a critical point. There was even an episode of the Kevin Samuels show where he was basically addressing this issue of a lot of women don't even know how to show a guy they really like him or they want to talk to him. And basically, what he talked about was learning how to drop your handkerchief and learning how to let a guy know, I am very interested. You may proceed. And what he did was role play with, women who came on and allowed them to kind of shoot their shot. And the purpose of it was the fact that most modern women don't really know how to have a conversation with men. So I'll take it a step further. About a year ago, Michael, the young man who plays Tariq on Power, he was on a stream, one of these popular streamers, and the sister of the streamer whose show he was on walked up and grabbed his junk. Now, deeply inappropriate, should not have happened. I'm not saying that it was okay, but the point was this. I'm sorry, it's not even my original point. I heard it on the Angry Man show, and one of these guys called in, and what he said was, you can't come down. Not that you can't say anything, but you can't come down on women too hard for throwing cat at men. Women always do that. Young women, females in general, throw vagina at men they like. It's just something they do. It's just that for the most part, we've created a society where we scrutinize men to the point where I really do feel as though the men who feel as though they need to support this young man, they're doing it out of retaliation for always being made to feel like you're an animal, you're this big perv, you're this big threat, you're someone who needs to be tamed, you have no control over yourself, you need to be policed by any and every woman, because most young men, especially modern men, grow up feeling like women are authority figures over you. You know what I mean? Especially if you ever go to college and you grow up and whatnot, and you kind of, especially for black men, you start kind of experiencing like, wow, this woman really interacts with me as if like she deserves, and I heard Angry Man say this, she deserves the utmost respect. Listen, when you meet me, and listen, I'm not disrespectful, but I do not play the you talk to me like I'm your little brother type shit, or you just say whatever and I'm supposed to just roll with it. Nah, no, sirree, Bob. Okay? I'm not interested. I will not be a customer. Anyway, so I'm going to give y'all that backdrop and whatnot, and we're going to get into how these men are indeed the new women.
So what you were looking at on the screen is two streamer women who got, banned from TikTok for SA. It is Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer. We'll be checking that video out in a moment, but I'm going to show you everything in the order that I seen it. The individual who they essayed, right? His name is Saeed, and he gets emotional while talking about the incident. Let's watch that.
Basically, I didn't want this whole thing to have an outcome like this. I mean, I didn't want it to, them being banned is not really anything to me, because at the end of the day, it's a crime, and people that say that it's not, I don't know what you think assault is, or anything like that. I don't know. I just ever since that this whole thing resurfaced, every single time it resurfaces, it just takes a toll on me, and I just don't want to talk about it just because of that. And the main thing for me is I don't want my parents to see it and then have them break down over it, because I did later on tell my parents about the sexual assault, and my mom ended up crying for a whole month and felt like it was her fault. Because
this boy, I don't care what he has going on. You know what? Bigger than that. So people have mentioned that he is special needs, right? I want to say this. The reason why you cannot support this shit is because we have to stop supporting things that are not manly. This is not masculine. If you felt that way about it, keep it to yourself. It is never a positive thing for men to come online and cry. I don't understand. Men shedding tears is a very personal moment. It's not meant for people to see. If you think that he not reveling in this attention somehow, you watch your damn mind. But it's not. Also, we have to look at the fact that this is actually not a healthy heterosexual male. This is someone who has mental health problems. Whenever someone mentions suicidal thoughts and whatnot, you know what I mean? First and foremost, again, the thing about men throwing around the term I'm sorry, bro. Not that men cannot be violated, but a girl cannot SA you without putting you under the influence. I mean, we have to also kind of discern those are two different things. The reason why when a man is accused of such a thing is based off the fact that he has more will and he has more strength and he can overpower her and he can literally take it from her. That's why, you know, that double standard is there. When it comes to women, women cannot hold you down and make you do anything. A man, for the most part, always has the power to stop the woman from doing anything that he does not want done to him physically. And also, for the most part, as a man, everything else is on you to take action. So in this particular moment, this is some new Gen Z shit that should not be supported because it's not helping him or other young men who had this kind of problems. Because I'm going to tell you what I think the problem is also. Because I think he is hoisting some of his own issues off on these girls. Also, but bigger than that, we have to look at the context of this person is not normal. And this behavior is not normal. So we're getting ready to see the footage now of the event that he's crying about, that he's in tears about, that he felt he needs to come to the internet to talk about.
I do have a history of idle thoughts and stuff like that. And that day I was alone and I just didn't want to, like, I just sat there and thought to myself over and over again, I will be taking time to deal with it myself, and I'll obviously try and work on being more vocal about it, and I really hope that people learn from this and try and understand, like, other people can deal with.
So now let's show the incident.
So this is him in the green hoodie laughing and giggling. He looks so terrified. He is so terrified of these girls. So this it mostly goes, the girls are playing a little rough with him. They're playing rough with him. One other thing I'm going to say before we watch this whole thing is that when people are drinking, now streaming, the point of streaming is to live life in real time and allow people to watch it and document it, right? But there are certain moments that it's just not really going to look as cool for me when you play it back, because not every moment in life is a cool, perfect moment. But they're drinking, being young people, and in their mind, now mind you, these probably his hosts, and in their mind, they're thinking, well, it's the normal thing for men to want to have sex with us. Okay, so these are the kind of girls that help you get your confidence up. In their mind, they think they're doing a charitable act by giving this dude they know gets no buns ever, no cheeks ever, an opportunity to get broken in. Most dudes, the first piece of vagina that they have is going to be some downtrodden, okay, used up vagina, all right, or just the undesirable. Most men don't. They first is not no baddie or no really attractive women, right? So off the rip and whatnot, we have to also question: is this boy a virgin? Because people are saying that he's special needs. People who are special needs, people who are autistic and stuff like that, all people who have brains, all people who have minds that are wired differently, whether you're queer, whether you're autistic, whatever it is, they all struggle. I don't know what it is. A lot of queer people struggle with depression and mental health issues and ADHD and stuff like that. ADHD, depression, all that stuff, for the most part, lives in the same space. It's the same as, if I have a cold, I want to have a sore throat. I want to have the sniffles. A lot of things can fall under having a cold, right? I'm not saying that being gay is a sickness. I'm just saying that, you know, I noticed that people who have brains that are wired differently, really creative people, again, people who have different thinking, depression and suicidal thoughts, or depression to the point of suicidal thoughts usually come up. And what really those thoughts come from no dopamine. It usually comes from a feeling of emptiness. And we have to always kind of watch out for that shit. Like usually bad feelings be coming from just from inflammation. Just any kind of inflammation, which leads to neuroinflammation and bodily inflammation. So neuroinflammation is when you experience brain fog, can't think straight. You're having a hard time enjoying things, having a hard time thinking positively. You're having a hard time looking forward to things. You know what I mean? So as far we have to keep clarifying, you know, what we're looking at and why it's something that, you know, we need to kind of. I'm gonna just say it's more nuanced to it. It's more to speak about than just, oh well, you know, these two girls were so they're terrible people and they're trying to hurt someone. Like nah, I just don't, as someone that's 38 years old, I can't look at it like that. You know, but anyway.
Saeed, hey, come here. I got you. Saeed, come here. 23, he's consensual.
No, he's not consenting.
Yes, he is.
You don't even say nothing.
He likes it. Give.
Oh, no.
I don't think he wants to.
Yeah, stay right there. Stay right there. Hold on. Sit down.
Yo.
Sit down.
You remind me of that one video. It's like a cartoon when the niggas start throwing out. It's like my car. Oh my God.
Wait, bro. Let him go out. Like that ass, you are really a...
No.
You trying to block the nigga from getting ass, you weird.
Oh, you don't want it, bro.
He did not tell you
You
that.
don't want it, bro.
So another part of the video where he's not saying, please let me go, I want to leave me alone, I can't do this, I'm really uncomfortable. Are we watching the same video? You can't, again, like you can't tell me that something was traumatic to you and you smiled the whole way through. Somebody wrote in the goddamn comment section, sometimes people they smile, the trauma response. Fam, two girls wanting to dance on you is not a horrific event. Pretty girls touching you that's not an actual tragedy. Getting hit by a car is a tragedy. Getting locked up for a crime you didn't commit, that's a tragedy. All right, having a baby with someone who's fucking crazy, that's a tragedy. Having a baby mama terrorist, that's a tragedy. All right, your wife gaining 50 pounds, that is traumatic. That's someone doing a whole reverse body transformation on you. You gotta learn how to love again. That's traumatic. Some cute girls playing with you. It's not a tragedy. It's just not.
Now they got it.
Take all this off. Take it off. Hey, yo, cut the cameras. Yo, cut the cameras, bro. Don't do your shit. Look at my Louis Vuitton store. Hold on, bitch. No, outside clothes on, babe. Hold on. What's going on? Hey, look at that bag. This is a nice bag. Hold on, this is a nice bag.
Yo!
How much this cost? Turn around. Start with the side.
Yo!
Oh, I need this. I needed this. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Zoe, he's not consenting. He's not consenting. Being that I'm a man, I know how men think. And I understand that some of y'all look at that and y'all think it's nothing.
All right, so listen. The age I'm at now, actually, no, I'm gonna leave this up. 1 second, y'all.
We'll discuss that later.
I won't leave this up. So, what I want to get into is that, all right, so these men are the new bitches. I'm sorry. It's just as someone that's almost 40 years old. The reason why it's not appropriate for men to support the whole concept or even support the because really what he's doing is he's conflating two different things. SA in that regard, in terms of, because for the most part, SA style, because in my mind, you always think of SA as an actual assault, right? Where the person is extremely aggressive and you know what I mean, and they're, you know, ripping your clothes off in a way, and you're also actively resisting and actively letting the person know, hey, I don't want to do this. You know what I mean? But again, I mentioned the whole strength disparity, or the gap in strength, because that's the reason why a woman can, how can I say, will be more fearful of that happening, because it can actually happen. Whereas with men and women, at any given time, if he wanted to really get out of there, he would have got out of there. You know what I mean? And he also never said himself, I do not consent, I don't want to do this. For the most part, he seemed to be having fun with them chasing him around, because that's probably the part he's comfortable with. The real issue is this, all right? Not every man is confident in what he can do with women or know what to do with women. Some guys, again, if he's special needs, he may be very awkward around women, and you know that he's not attracting girls. You know that he's not getting girls, right? And those girls sense that, and they I guess they thinking that, well, again, they them kind of girls, so they think, all right, well, we're gonna help you out, and, you know, and get your confidence up. Interacting with girls and having fun with girls is what builds your confidence up, guys. But you cannot always be the architect of every moment. Don't get me wrong. I can't even say I even think that. I can see how you can say it was a little bit distasteful and it went a little too far. These are young people having fun. You have to allow people to have fun. It's just like how, again, over time, we're for the most part fucking up the Matrix. And so I'm gonna give you the Matrix analogy. Well, the analogy from the Matrix, right? When Neo met the architect let him know this was the sixth or the fifth, whatever. There were multiple versions of the Matrix, and this was the latest one. He explained the first version of the Matrix was paradise. It was a Garden of Eden. And what happened? The human beings who were powering the Matrix died because they mentally couldn't handle it. They mentally rejected it, because human beings need adversity and problems, you know, in order for their brains to, I guess, retain sanity, right? So, what can I say? So after that, he made what was called the Nightmare Matrix, where it's a bunch of monsters and ghouls and, you know, werewolves and all types of shit. And Matrix lore, that's where, you know, these these animals and these monsters come from. They're from previous versions of the Matrix. So, you know, in the Matrix lore, even though there's a new version of the Matrix, other entities and beings are sometimes able to survive the reset. So that's why the Merovingian, he was from a different version of the Matrix. So in his mind, you know, not his mind, he was able to survive the Matrix. So the point being is, everything is a trade-off. Everything, there's good and bad to everything. There are going to be moments that are unsavory. There is no dude out there who's never had an awkward moment. There's no dude out there who's never been caught in a compromising situation, or said something that he maybe should not have said, or done something that he maybe should not have done with the opposite sex. Everyone's gone through, because that's how you learn what's okay and what's not okay, right? But what we don't need is men trying to put themselves in the position of a woman, because this is based off of the fact that women, and again, I'm not gonna lie, this is based off of men trying to give women karma for falsely accusing or basically taking innocent gestures, innocent interactions, or interactions that didn't have malicious intent, and then trying to label a regular person or everyday person as some kind of savage, some kind of predator, someone that everyone needs to look out for, as someone that everyone needs to look at, you know, in a funny way. And a lot of guys have been made to feel like, feel like they're predators, or made to feel like there's someone who needs to be tamed and needs to be policed. Because for the most part, men have been policed to the point where a lot of us have not known what to do or even how to handle it. So that's where you get the MGTOW and the red pill. And men for the most part, if they're online going through these different phases, I mean, for a lot of us, like I said, I mean, for me, it started with I came across some Patrice O'Neal videos. Then eventually, I came across MGTOW. After MGTOW, I came across red pill. Then eventually, I kind of, came across more of the black YouTube space. And eventually, I started kind of getting to more of a diverse content where it's not just about relationships. It's more so about life. Like, I started watching people like Angry Man, Anton Daniels, and people like that. And so, anywho, there's going to be good and bad to everything, but no masculine man. Cause I gotta ask y'all this question: the men in your life that you know that are masculine, how would they have handled that situation? Do you think they would have ran away? Do you think they would have fought the girls off? Or do you think they would have just rolled with it? If a majority of men would have been in the same situation, right, they would have been excited and happy. Okay? So, and if that being the case, because it's keep it real. Okay? A lot of y'all will knock down some really ugly chicks. So if these two girls is putting pressure on you and they want to have playtime with you, you're not going to run around the house. Or not even that, you're not going to be on camera crying about having a threesome with these two girls. Because one the other girl basically said, yo, they was down to give him some. She said, yo, you're basically cop blocking your boy right now. You know what I mean? Because they intended on turning up just off the strength. So also, this is also how can I say? If you're around a dude who's cool enough, that guy can sometimes get you laid. Because again, that kind of guy can attract hoes, and girls who are loose like that, yo, they will, for the most part, secondhand fuck you. Okay, you can get a secondhand fuck. Like, basically, yo, old boy can give her a nod, and you are going to get lucky that night. So that's also what I think they were doing. Because you guys got to realize now, I don't know much about these girls, but if they was on that kind of time, I'm going to let you know right now. Everyone has a role to play in the game, yo. All right? And men got to understand that there are some, and again, you see, now these girls are attractive girls. A lot of guys can't handle the fact that, yo, this is what a lot of attractive women are made for, and that's how they see themselves to begin with. They see it as, yo, this is what I'm made for. It's what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? You see how they just sprung to action? You feel me? So anyway, hold on, y'all. Anywho, so I want to get back to this point about the tears thing, right? So, again, dark skin privilege wears its ugly head. You dark skin ninjas, y'all take advantage of y'all Negro credit. I think when he told this story, right, mentioning his mother, that pulls at people's heartstrings. But what you gotta understand is that when people are special needs, usually they're not really that independent, and they still haven't really outgrown telling their mother and father everything, right? And again, now you watch the video, you heard him say that, they know that I've had thoughts about suicide and unaliving myself and stuff like that, right? For the men who are watching this, for the men who have been through some real shit, for the men who, and not even that, for the men who've had to take one for the team, for the men who had to knock down a butterface because you came too far, I'll never forget one of the ugliest girls I've ever seen in my life. I'll never forget this. She was, and I hate to say this about a little girl, but listen, she was really ugly. And at that time as a young man, my testosterone was so high that I met her, and I'm like, damn, this is when you couldn't always read angles from someone's like profile picture. You know what I'm saying? She was fast ass little girl too. And she snuck me in her house and everything. I remember my first laid eyes on her, I was like, wow, this is a really ugly girl. And I still went home with her. Now luckily, somebody was coming home and I got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And I left Actually, no, I didn't leave. I think we went to the store after that. I gave her a hug, and she would kind of still hit me up online, and that was that. But anywho, anywho, but also I also want to build upon why it's not this situation. I'm sorry, matter of fact, scratch that. Let's keep going with the whole dynamic of how he's telling the story and the whole him shedding tears. Again, for the men out there who's been through stuff, who's been through losses, who's been through things that are irreversible, right? And you can't, I can't look at this shit and have much empathy. So I also asked the men, how is he supposed to become a man? Because you're not really a man if you're not fucking, or you haven't fucked yet. So sometimes people also need assistance with that. And again, I get it. If he didn't want them to do it, okay, cool. But he's experienced something. He's experiencing a thing that's really a fantasy for almost 100% of men. And it's also a thing that we allow women to do. We allow women to move the goalposts at will and always kind of decide what's okay and what's not okay. And that's where the whole concept of women kind of policing men, because it's kind of been a behavior that's been going on for the longest time, especially given like, you know, dynamics you see on TV, because really TV be conditioning men to accept a woman giving you a piece of her mind or telling you off or telling you about yourself or giving unsolicited advice and all that kind of shit. They learn that from TV. They watch TV and think, all right, well, you know, all right, well, that they do it there, so it should be okay over here. And no, ma'am. No, ma'am. It takes a lot of men a long time to get out the matrix, right? But another thing that's also come from watching too much TV and programming is that men and women experience the same things, and we experience everything the same way. To the point where he's talking about himself as if he was a girl that was pinned down. Now, I do want to also expound on the ways in which a man can be SA, right? For the most part, in my mind, right? If these would have been two T girls and he did not know that, now don't get me wrong. If these was two T girls, now yes, that is traumatic. If these was two lady boys and whatnot, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I will understand. That would make way more sense of why he's crying on camera and why you had to tell your mother. Y'all heard him say that he's 23 years old, right? Him talking about him having a heart-to-heart with his mother and making his mother cry because some girls on the stream chased him around the house and was trying to give him sex. And then he said, yeah, because SA is a crime. The only way, right, that a man can really be SA is if he is drugged under the influence, right, or he is penetrated by some phallic shape. Had one of the girls had an actual, appendage, right, or if had one of the girls actually had an object and had they forced that object in him, that is a totally different conversation. If they were trying to force anything in him, that's a totally different conversation. But that's not what went on. Like I said before, maybe a little bit distasteful, maybe went a little bit too far, but y'all cannot support or make this guy think that he's this huge victim and he's bringing awareness to some kind of issue, because he's not. What you're doing is opening up a further gap in communication and connection between men and women. Women do not have game. Women do not have timing. Women are not smooth and know how to move. Women, for the most part, you had to kind of roll with it. All right, you had to be able to read between the lines and understand what she means. Most women do not, and not only that, when women like you, they get handsy. All right, that's just how they show it. That's how they show it. Like, the more grown you get as a grown man, I realize, I can see and I understand attraction way more, because I understand that it's not that simple. She's not going to always scream, "I love you. I want to jump your bones." You know what I'm saying? She's not going to always scream it out until she gets to know you and y'all are in a one-on-one relationship, or y'all at least communicate a lot. Not going to say that to you. A woman could think you the finest shit in the world, but because women are not direct like that, if you're not in that, how can I say, in that space or in that conversational space, it will never come up. You're never going to hear it. Because women are not direct. If you're not able to read body language, to read facial cues or facial expressions, you wouldn't know, right? But everyone has to have their journey, man. And listen, every man. No, don't get me wrong. If this dude is gay, then that's something totally different. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he didn't say he was gay. He was just saying that, hey, I can basically be like a woman too. I mean, I'm in that situation, I was the woman, and I'm a victim, because also what he's also doing is milking being the victim. Overall, the issue, what he's upset about is the fact that you are not comfortable in the way that a heterosexual male should be with women. You know that you don't know what to do with women. You know that even if you wanted to, you couldn't make it happen. Men know that that's embarrassing for men, or not being able to perform. Men know that's very embarrassing, and that is very tough for guys. No guy wants to be labeled as someone who can't get it up, or someone who doesn't know how to handle women, or you know what I mean, or know how to be dominant. Guys who don't know how to be dominant, they will mask it with intellect and being quirky and all types of shit. Well, no, the reality is that you always can tell when someone has sexuality by how they interact with you, because they'll have a certain confidence about themselves. Actually, a lot of confidence that people will have can come from sex. It's a positive thing. But it's never going to happen for you, you know what I mean, if you're trying to label two very kind women who want to donate some vagina to you, you're trying to get them locked up. Anyway, I'm out.
Goodness, you've had your surgery.
We're good to go.
Subscribe to the channel, y'all. Y'all be safe. Peace.